Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR career mode. Apologies again for the lack of uploads with this. It's just been crazy busy at the moment. I've just not had the time, and hopefully now I'm going to find a little bit more time to get this uploaded back at the usual schedule. But we're going to crack on with where we were, finishing last time with not the best run. 2 losses back to back in the league, which is not ideal at all. But we have got our March to jump into now. There's not too crazy long left in this season, sort of 2 and a bit months now. And hopefully, if we can get back to winning ways, we might actually be able to confirm sort of promotion, guarantee that promotion, or maybe even first place with a few games to spare. Obviously, currently 13 points clear at the top of the table, so that's 4 games basically in hand. So need to make sure we don't mess up and drop off too many points, but we have got a lot of big games coming up. First game is against Stoke. I've also got the first of the month coming up, so we'll probably get a couple emails then. But yeah, if I get any emails that are massively important, I'll update you guys. Otherwise, I'll probably see you at the first game. Okay, so we did actually get an update on our general youth system. Now, Teddy Matthews is now 17, so I'm going to call him up just to make sure I don't end up losing him, because often when players sort of get to around the sort of 17 mark, they tend to be thinking about moving on if they're not getting called up. I get quite a lot of emails for a lot of youth squads in different things I'm doing, or in the past at least, and 17 tends to be that age where they go, yeah, I want to be promoted now. So I'm going to promote him to senior team. Other than that, these guys can all stay here. We've still got plenty of really good players. McNamara, I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to Jacobs. And yeah, we've got some really good players potentially coming through. So yeah, just wanted to update you on that. I'll probably now see you at the Stoke game. Okay, game number 1, and we are, as I said, up against Stoke, and we are up against a 5 at the back. Tends to be the play of things in the Championship, apparently. So that's what we're going to do, is take on this 5 at the back, go in with our strongest 11, and hope that I can kind of find the form a little bit. But just before we start the first episode, we'll very quickly hear from today's video sponsor.
Do you need some more coins for your FIFA Ultimate Team? Then look no further than U7Buy. They're the cheapest and most reliable place to get your FIFA Ultimate Team coins. And if you use code HURSTY at checkout, you'll get yourself an extra discount. I want to say a massive thank you to U7Buy for sponsoring us. Don't forget that code HURSTY. Now let's get back to the video.
Okay, first game of the episode, and hopefully we can jump in with a winning start. That would be nice. Lyndon's still the league top goal scorer, despite us being relatively out of form. Still packing up a couple of goals though, and getting a few little things here and there, even though we have been out of form. But yeah, let's see if we can right the wrongs of the last couple of games and bounce back a little bit. Let's go. Come on, you ours. They've started well here, Stoke, out wide on our left-hand side, but thankfully Powell had been doing decent, but they have managed to get it inside. Oh, that was close. Oh, my word, that could have been a terrible start for us. Dunn just caught out there when I went to try and get that loose ball. He didn't get there first. He got turned, and Dickey didn't get his knee to it. He sort of put his left leg towards that. Instead, the Stoke forward was there before us, and it very easily could have been 1-0. I'm not sure if Senny would have had that one covered, but thankfully it did just go wide, and I have just walked it off the pitch. Fantastic. Oh, got to be careful here again. Jimmy Dunn just being caught out a little bit in possession. And mate, we are having issues. Jimmy Dunn is getting well and truly beat. Brown and Campbell both causing us problems. 2 much quicker forwards than we have defenders, let's be honest here. And it's going to be Klukas out there for this corner. Are they going to take it short? Yes, they are. Got to try and see them out here. Johansson was the player taking it short. Or trying to stop the short pass, or mark the man, however you want to sort of look at it. Ilias trying to close him down. Hutton. It's not looking great for his edge of the box. They're going to recycle it back in. We've got Ethan Laird here out wide. They're going to push all the way back, and then they end up playing it backwards quite far. But we are struggling to get this ball. As you can see, it has all been Stoke so far. And my word, Dickey, that time the person missing out, or not really getting the ball when needed. And it's all Stoke right now. It is all Stoke. Let's just try and calm it down a bit. It's going to be a long old highlight. And it's going to be a long old highlight of just Stoke possession as things stand, because I just cannot get the ball off them. It won't give me the player I'm asking for. That's also pretty unhelpful. Easy pass in. Senny's got it. Let's calm it down. It's 25 minutes in, and I don't think we've got out of our half yet. Right, we've got the ball in their half for a little while here. Chris Willock, it's a really heavy touch. It's a really poor touch, let's be honest. It's not good enough there. And we're going to lose the ball immediately. And this is a terrible looking situation for us. They're going to play inside. Great save from Senny Dieng, and it needed to be as well. It really did need to be. We are very much up against it. This is a Stoke side who have come here to not mess about, and I can't do anything. I can't keep possession at all. For love nor money, boys. I think second half, we're going to have to go with a formation change if things stick this way. Linden tried to play it through. And Stoke just on it at the moment. They're in the way, stopping us from doing anything. Maybe a chance here. Down to Hutton. Hutton's going to have to play it into Linden. Linden can't find anyone. Oh, dearie me, boys. Not long till half-time. I kind of want to see that half-time whistle come sooner rather than later. Put me out my misery for this first half and just forget that it happened, I think, is going to be the plan. But Lias Chair now. Oh, I've tried a heel to heel. That's my fault. I've wasted that one. It's going to be half-time any second now. I'll let you guys sort of see this half out with me. But this is going to have been a lot of highlights for not very much endgame. Stoke have looked fantastic. We've looked absolutely abysmal. The only touch the keeper's had for Stoke was that right at the end there where they played it back to him. We've not put him under pressure at all. I'm going to change a formation and see if I can fix things. Okay, so I have gone to a 4-2-3-1. I've taken off Linden. I brought on Lecco. Lecco and Willock are playing as wingers. Chair's playing as a free roam cam, and Hutton is on his own up top. I'm hopeful that the extra players in the middle of the park, having like 2 CDMs and then sort of like 3 cams. So I've got them all of the cams on comeback on defense. Just maybe help us win the midfield battle a little bit. And then Willock, Chair, Lecco will all help transition into attack, and we'll have sort of 4 players up front. So, you know, it goes 5-man midfield, turns into a 4-man attack. And I'm just hopeful that maybe we get, I mean, that's more than we've created in the entire first half. Just hope that we can create a little bit more chances, more attacks, and just see if we can do something else. That's the issue I'm coming into right now. I'm just struggling to do anything. And I'm hopeful that this extra midfield maybe ends up being a bit productive here. Get it to Willock out wide. Willock's going to have a shot. And just like that, it's 1-0. Just like that. I had recommendations not too long ago. I mean, it's going to feel like ages ago because it's been ages since episodes being uploaded and everything. To maybe consider going to a 4-2-3-1. Maybe this is our sign that it could potentially be the way forward. It also helps get a player like Willock involved. And Willock, in real life, is definitely our best player. And it has to be said in this career mode, is one of our highest rated players. And it's not surprising. He's an absolute baller. We need desperately to keep hold of him at QPR. And if I can get him more involved in this career mode, he's going to be on the score sheet more and more. And I think that has to be the play going forward. So 1-0, very much against the run of play when you take the first half into account. Second half, though, I mean, you'd have to say so far it has been all us. There's been 2 chances. It's both gone our way. It's going to be a third chance. It's also going our way. And it's off the post from Harvey Hutton. It's a really good effort. He on that stronger left foot of his and very nearly doubled our score after not very much time. So I think this was the right play. The 4-2-3-1, we might have to look at going towards this a bit more often. Maybe we start in this in the next game. We'll see. Regardless, 1-0. Let's keep it up. Ball into Hutton here. Going to turn around and find Willock. And Willock's going to have a shot from range. Wasn't really my best effort, I won't lie to you. Part of my thought process there was if I miss drastically and it goes off for a goal kick, it's not the end of the world because I've got 4 subs that I've been waiting to come on for quite a while now. We're in the 80th minute and they haven't made their way onto the pitch, so they're not going to get much game time. And they're quite important subs in regards to stamina there. Lecco losing out. Got to be careful here. Laird, got to try and stop this ball from coming into the box. I've moved Dickey out, which I probably shouldn't have done. Laird has done a really good job by himself there just to push the man back, and I've completely been bamboozled there. Willock can't keep it. I don't think my subs are going to make it on the pitch. There's 2 minutes of regular game time left. The ball does go off. That wasn't on purpose, but with about 30 seconds left, 4 changes. We've got Howe, Amos, Ozzy, and Clark Salter coming on for Johansson, Field, Powell, and Dickey. Dunn, I think it was actually that went off. Just basically the 4 tiredest players on the pitch, just fresh legs. But they're coming on for literally the shortest period of time. Clark Salter does come on and do something, though. He does clear with that header, and that surely is going to be all she wrote, referee. Look at your watch, mate. There we go. That was the least convincing performance I've had in a while that led to a win. We've had some particularly bad performances that have led to losses, but that was a very non-convincing performance that led to a win. So fingers crossed we can try this new formation and have it work out for us a little bit more. We'll see if down the line that's going to be something that long term we go for. I think we're maybe short of a cam to make it really work at its best, because at the very least Lecco has to be converted to a winger to be at least somewhat in position. So maybe I'll consider it. It means we do have 3 strikers to try and rotate in now as well, that we've got Jones. Okay, so what we're going to do, boys, is I'm going to go ahead and make another team sheet, which is going to be the 4-2-3-1, which is something that we will use every now and again. We'll give it a go. We'll see how it plays. and I'll see maybe what I think is the best layout for it. Okay, so this is what I'm going into. This is the 4-2-3-1 that I've created. The tactics now are basically that the two CDMs stay back and defend, cut past the lanes, cover centre, that kind of dealio. Fullbacks are still stay back. Ilias Chair is on a comeback on defense, as is Lecco, as is Willock. All three are comeback on defense, and all three have different sort of general roles. So Lecco's stay wide and to get in behind. Chair is to free roam. And then Willock is to cut inside and get in behind. So they kind of all offer different things, and it will kind of depend on how the game is going as to which I think is the best suited for the situation. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out. Fingers crossed. Okay, going into game number 2, and we are going to use this as a chance to start with this 4-2-3-1. See, obviously, if it works. I still have got the 4-2-4, so we do have this as an option down the line. I'm going to start Hutton over Dykes. I know Linden is our league top goal scorer, but I just think at the moment, the plan has got to be long-term that Hutton will be our striker. Unless a team comes in with a ridiculous offer that we can't say no to, Hutton's got to be our main man. He is going to be here for the long term, and fingers crossed he decides that he is of the same opinion. The only change I'm actually going to make, and it's purely because he did have a tough time last time, is I'm going to bring in Clark Salter over Dunn. Dunn had a really, really tough time in defence in the last game, so I'm going to give Clark Salter a bit of time. He only came on and had one thing to do, but he did it. So we'll take on this 4 at the back, Blackburn Rovers. You don't see many 4 at the back teams. Let's see how we do. Let's hopefully be able to create a little bit more than we did in the last game, where we definitely struggled. The first half said it all, really. It was all Stoke. It really, really was. We got our goal, and like the 5 minutes before and about the 10 minutes afterwards, we had a bit of chance. But outside of that, it was Stoke City dominating the game. So we've got to take on Blackburn Rovers. We've got to take the game to them today, and we've got to be the dominant side. That is what we've got to try and do. We get kick off, we start off the game. Come on, you Oz. Let's try and get those back-to-back wins in the league and keep that space at the top of the table well and truly blue and white. We get the ball out to Willock here. Willock's going to cut inside and is going to find Hutton. Hutton doesn't quite get the space he needed. Good tackle there. It's interesting to note that Lecco was quite central there. I've got him on stay wide, but he was basically a second strike. If anything, he was in a better striking position than Hutton was. I kind of would have liked them the other way around. But a good breaking attack there from Blackburn. Brereton Diaz won in the corner. Obviously, ex-QPR career mode hero, Big Ben Brereton. But yeah, thankfully we get that clear. Maybe a chance here to break over Lecco. There's a lot of Blackburn players between him and being able to fully create a chance here. But the pace of Lecco is unreal. Anyone getting in the box. We get Willock at that far post. Can he win the header? No, he can't, but very good run. That was from box to box, literally from Lecco there. Fair play to him. Get the ball here to Ilias Chair. Ilias now having to turn. Oh, it's a really good tackle, but Lecco, again, with a bit of a chance here. Getting involved. The pace of Lecco does make it very easy to get him involved in the game. Hutton not really doing what I needed him to do there. I didn't really want him dropping him back, but he was the player who dropped back to get possession and give us an option. So I kind of had to go with it. Dickey here having to stay out wide and mark his man because Pal had worked his way up the pitch. And Pal now back to get defensive and try and win this ball back. Lecco getting a foot in, but not getting possession fully. Dickey getting back. Brereton Diaz with the strike. Brereton Diaz hits the bar. It seemed like Senny got a touch on that. Don't quote me on it. I'm not entirely sure if he did, but it certainly seemed like a bit of a fingertip save from Super Senny there. Johansson inside here to Ilias. Ilias can look up and find Hutton. Get that run from Chris Willock. He sort of pulls back. I think that's offside, which is a shame. Kind of mistimed that. Kind of mistimed it. Thought I just timed it right. Willock on the ball. Going to try and find some space here. He's found space between the fullback and the centre-back. Keepers, is it just me? Since the most recent patch, keepers are so bad on the diagonal strikes. Do you remember a couple of FIFAs ago where those, like, you'd run down the wing and you just power it, like the low drivens across goal? It kind of feels like they're not low drivens now, but just shots across the goal like this. Look, they dive at such a weird angle. I've got keepers on a 10% boost as well. Keepers are on the slider. They're on a 60. They're like improved, or it's like they're less. Is it there? Yeah, I've either gone up or down 10, whichever way it is meant to be. Like for either keeper error or keeper ability. I can't remember the wording of it, but they're up by 10%, and they're still conceding goals like that. But that's 2-2 for Chris Willock. He's having a very good episode so far today, and boy, do I need him to. Chris Willock is well and truly in form. And yeah, that's 1-0. Not crazy long left in this half. About 10 minutes. Plenty of time, obviously, for more to happen. But it's 1-0 at the moment. That's a bad tackle in the middle of the park. It's going to be a yellow card there for the midfielder. And I'm just going to play a quick short free kick. Going to play it down to Dickey. Up and out wide here to Johansson. Johansson's going to turn. Going to try and get that ball in the box. Sadly, it's blocked. Probably going to be able to just about keep this alive. Ilias Chair doing a very good job of bringing that out the sky, but not a great touch there from Laird. And it's going to be a chance for Blackburn. We pushed them back. That's okay. Could be the last chance of the half here. And it's going to fall Blackburn's way. And it's worked off a bit of a counter from us, nearly making a chance ourselves. We were one good through ball away from a decent chance of our own to end the half. But we've got it out of the box now. Surely that's going to be half-time. It is 1-0 at the break. And this game, it feels much more deserving to be 1-0 up for sure. We definitely have played better, created a few more chances. They had a good chance, obviously the chance to hit the bar that did or didn't get a small save from Senny on the way through. But the main thing is, obviously, it's 1-0 and we're playing pretty well. Hutton getting involved, but not really creating quite as much as I'd like. Lecco would normally be an impact sub, but obviously I can't really do that right now. Can Jones play out wide? Jones can actually play out wide. He's pretty quick as well. I'll keep Lecco on just for a little bit, but he is a little bit tired. It's worth noting that. I think the play here is going to be, how is going to come on. It's going to be for Johansson. He's going to have to play centre mid because he can't play CDM. I think that's going to be the play. I think that's going to be the play. Pretty like for like. Obviously, Johansson is a better quality player, but Howe coming in, getting a few minutes every now and again is going to be helpful for his development and help him with really working through the ranks with that rating. Because the fact that he's already, on par with some players in the squad, like, okay, he's not necessarily starting 11 rating, but he could easily be on the bench for us next season if we do go up and sort of every now and again get game time. I think he's of that level of quality, especially if he's going to improve. Seny Dieng with a fantastic save. Tried to scramble to make sure it didn't make its way in, but it was the other side of the post, thankfully. But really positive start from Blackburn here in the second half with a very, very good opening chance. Mate, I think that was Laird who just didn't jump. Oh, no, it was Howe. Just didn't jump to try and block that, and it nearly ended up being a problem. Thankfully, we had plenty of players there covering to make sure nothing too bad happened. Clark Salter there with a really good block, and Laird is now going to bring that away. That could have been a really problematic moment. Thankfully, it wasn't. Okay, going to make a change here. It's going to be Lecco going off for Ricky J. Jones. As we discovered, J. Jones can play as a left wing. Is on a -1, just like Lecco is at the moment. Lecco's is mainly because of form, though. Or not necessarily form, but lack of game time. Whereas J. Jones is because he's out of position. But that's okay. He's got the pace. Hopefully he can have as much of an impact as Lecco was with his pace on that wing. It was a very near entrance into the game, being pretty impressive there from Jones, nearly getting himself a cheeky assist as a beautiful cross into Willock was just a little bit too near the keeper to be massively impactful, but it's okay. We've won this ball back here as he's cleared it. It's going to be to Hutton. Hutton, I was too selfish there. I should have laid that off the chair, who was basically free and ready to just have a one-on-one with the keeper, and I've wasted that. That's on me, and if something comes from this for Blackburn now, I've only really got myself to blame. Rob Dickey steps in really well, but it is going to drop now to Brereton Diaz. It won't let me have field. Thank God for Seny Dieng, boys. Thank God. Jones here trying to run through. Really, really nice run here from Hutton. And Hutton, on that first touch, is going to play another cross the goal finish and is going to find the back of the net. 2-0, double in the lead. And it is exactly what we needed. He's going in front of those, but that is a fair play. You do you, Hutton, mate. You do you. But that is a lovely, lovely finish. I'm really happy with that. And Jones getting himself an assist as well, coming on out of position and getting himself well and truly amongst it. He's been really impactful since coming on. Having that quick winger who's staying out wide, and then having a slightly slower winger, but somebody who's got like more creative with the passing, with the shooting, like Willock, cutting in on the other side is really working out for me. It adds a little bit of imbalance at times, but if I can keep remembering who's where, then it works out. As you can see, last couple of changes, Hutton has just gone off for Lyndon Dykes. Field makes way for Amos, and we take off Laird for Aussie. All three mainly due to fitness. Again, nice bit of rotation for people, keeping people happy, keeping people fit and fresh for the upcoming games, which is really important. Obviously, a lot of games coming up. I think we got a midweek. Either this was a midweek or the next game's a midweek. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it's important to make sure the rotation is used and does work in our favour, because we've got players in some position and some depth to afford it, and it makes sense to try and do it where we can. Ilias Chair here, going to do a bit of an Ilias Chair attempt, which has just gone wide of the post. We've seen in the last couple of episodes, he has well and truly dug out some absolute fantastic long-range efforts. This one a bit nearer than those, but just a little bit wide of the post. Okay, Howe running through here. Only a few minutes left. Howe's going to try and get that ball whipped in there. Sadly, it is a little bit too near the keeper. The keeper's going to distribute that one away, and it's probably going to be the last chance here for Blackburn. Keep that clean sheet, boys. You know we love a good clean sheet if we can get one. They're going to push it out wide. It's going to be the last bit of business, hopefully, here for Kenneth Powell to try and deal with. They're going to try and get round him. Dickey is up and clears that one well. Amos to get rid of it, and surely the ref does blow his whistle for forward time. 2-0, and I have to say, this one felt a lot more justified. I think we deserved this one a lot more than we did the previous ones. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that was a tough earned 3 points, but a lot more deserving than the first game. The first game very easily could have been a whole lot worse for us. 1 or no points from that one. But we did pick up 3, so that means 6 from a possible 6 so far in today's episode. Can we make it 9 from 9 in the next one? That's what we're going to hope for. But a much better performance. The 4-2-3-1, it could be here to stay for a little while. 2 games in and still 14 points clear at the top of the table. Up next, we've got Birmingham, who, again, in real life, really causes problems. We had a pretty bad day at the office against them in real life, and a couple of questionable things going on. But regardless, a loss is a loss. Now, let's try and right the wrongs of that and see if we can come away with 3 points. This is the midweek game that we had. So this is going to be probably one where a bit of rotation is needed. And then Blackpool is definitely going to need some rotation. But we'll probably finish on this one. I won't lie to you. We'll get the We'll get the Birmingham game done. And then I might have to call it there because, again, time is of the essence. It's not my friend at the moment. Okay, sticking with the 4-2-3-1. Only change we're going to make are it's going to be Dunn coming back in over Clark Salter. Clark Salter did have a very good game, but is now a little bit tired. So might appear at some point in the game later on, potentially. And we're going to give Jay Jones a bit of a chance on the left here. Lecco, again, the only other player who was in that starting 11 who had a little bit of stamina missing. So we'll give Jones a start, see how he does. Again, Lecco then might come on. Bit of rotation in that sense. Up against a 5 at the back, though. And we shall see if the 5 at the back causes a problem in this formation. It was okay for 45 minutes against Stoke. We'll see if it can be good for 45 minutes, 90 minutes probably, against Birmingham. Finishing the episode off with a home game here at Loftus Road, seeing if we can go with an unbeaten episode. I don't know how long it's been since we've had an unbeaten episode. I feel like it's been a while since we've been unbeaten. So fingers crossed we can come away from today with 3 more huge points. 9 in total from an episode would be absolutely fantastic. But let's take the game to them. Playing in their red, we're playing in the blue and white. Come on, you ask. Let's take it. Early corner here for Birmingham. Been a bit of a scrappy sort of first 7 or 8 minutes. Well cleared initially, but only to the edge of the box. Going to be another chance there. But thankfully, we've got that one away. Laird up against Deeney. Deeney's going to play it short. They've tried to play it back to Deeney. Thankfully, Hutton is back there. Picks that one up quite nicely. We're going to try and get this out wide now to Jones. Can Jones try and take this past the first man? He can. Can't take it past Bakuna, who's going to come out and make a good tackle, though. Ball here with Chrissy Willock. Willock making that run nice and central. Going to try and find the ball through to Hutton. Hutton pulled onto his right foot. He's going to play the strike and he's going to play it into that top corner. And much quicker than in the other games so far this episode, we go ahead and get that lead. Harvey Hutton looking for that clean sheet that we've had so far. And so far on our road to 3. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Lovely for that. And he really does have an eye for goal at the moment. It's very, very clear to see that he is well and truly in form. And again, kind of making me feel pretty good that I have decided to keep him in the starting team. Decided to go for him over Dykes. Dykes, as we know, this season been phenomenal. But Harvey Hutton, 15 goals in 33. It's not a terrible return considering a lot of those were as a sub initially. I would probably predict that about maybe 10 or 15 of those have been as a sub. So to get 15 goals from 18 starts isn't too bad. So hopefully next season, if providing he's still at the club, fingers crossed, he gets a few more starts. We'll see that goal tally go up and up. But for now, it's our first goal of the game, and it is Harvey Hutton's. It's 1-0. Ball here to Hutton. Hutton going to have to turn back and find Johansson. Plays it to Chair. Chair's going to try. I didn't ask for Trivella, but it kind of was almost like one, but it didn't go in. Clearly wasn't a Trivella because it wasn't in the back of the net. Willock out wide here. Nice little skill move to turn inside there. Going to try a little ball roll. Going to have to lay it off here to Johansson, who's going to play it back to Willock. Willock now into Hutton. Hutton pulls it onto his left. Fake shot. Oh, I just about kept it alive. Back to Johansson. Johansson to Willock. Willock into Chair. Chair can't quite get the shot away. We're playing some really nice football. We're knocking it around really nicely. It's a really, really nice flow to this team now that we've got those extra midfielders. The players more central. Like obviously, as we know, hold on a second. We've got Chair playing centrally now. We've got, I got very lucky the half-time whistle was blown there. I think Birmingham fans would be fuming if the whistle was blown there. But we've got Willock cutting inside that a little bit more. So it kind of gives like a front three at times. But then those three cams do drop back and sort of boost the defence a little bit. And it does help out a whole bunch. So I think it's working quite well. It helps counter that five-man at the back that we sort of keep encountering, because that's what the Championship is in career modes. But I'm going to take Hutton off at half-time, bring on Linden. As I said, we've got to bear in mind we've got a busy schedule between the last game, this game, and the next one. So we just need to make sure that we've got players fit and ready for Blackpool. Having Hutton as an option to bring straight into the team obviously would be preferable. Having Linden for 45 minutes though is really not a problem. As we know, I mean, he's the league top goal scorer. You can't be upset with being able to bring on the league top goal scorer as a substitute. I'm going to drop this here. It's going to drop to Linden straight away. And as I just said, league top goal scorer, he does not mess about. Immediately, Lyndon Dykes bags himself a goal within about 5 minutes, was that, of being on the pitch? It's absolutely things you love to see. Massive fair play to him. It is perfect. It's a lovely finish right in that bottom corner. Oh, mate, Etherington just getting nowhere near. Is it Etherington or Etheridge? I forget his bloody name. Apologies. I think it's Etheridge now. I said that. But lovely, lovely strike. He just passed his hand there. And it's 2-0 just like that. The score has been doubled. 5 minutes into the second half, 50 minutes on the clock, and it's 2-0. Ilias going to bring this ball forward. Plenty of time on the ball here for Ilias Chair. Left-footed strike. Etheridge with a very good save. It was on target. That was going in the top corner if he didn't do something about it. That's for sure. Okay, 2 changes here. An hour on the clock, near enough. I'm taking off Willock and Johansson, bringing on Lecco and Howe. Yes, it weakens the side just a little bit, but it's all about fresh legs. One of our best players in Willock and the league leading assister in Johansson. Just makes sense to have them, again, ready to play in that next game if I need them, which obviously you want your best players playing as much as possible. Give them half an hour's rest. It makes sense. Field into Lecco into Linden takes it past his man, does so brilliantly. It's a really good effort. It's a little bit near to Etheridge. I kind of wanted it across goal. It's on his weak foot though, so the fact he got it on target is the main thing. It's a very, very good save. It's going to be a corner for us though. Ilias is going to have this. He's going to whip it in there. Decent, not enough power. Oh, you know what? Howe got his head to it. It was very much going wide, but did really well to get his head on it and keep it alive initially. But Field to Dickey into Ricky J. Jones. Jones loses out. That is a shame. Ball inside here to Ilias Chair. Ilias Chair down to... Oh, you know what? I couldn't even commentate because the fact that Howe was in that position to shoot, and as sadly at the post, I was so excited for Dexter Howe to score, but it wasn't to be, boys. It wasn't to be. So close. And actually some subs happening very soon. Our last subs of the game. And Dexter Howe has actually been pushed up to cam because of the changes that I'm making. It would have been interesting to see how his shooting would have looked. And hold on a second here. Oh, mate, Linton trying the spectacular. Didn't quite work out. Dexter Howe with a chance on the edge of the box is going to go wide of the goal. But yes, those 2 changes. Ilias Chair and Sam Field both leaving the pitch. It's going to be... sorry, not Sam Field. It's Laird going off. Instead of taking off Field and putting Howe at CDM, I've decided to rest Chair and bring on Amos. Amos comes into play sort of CDM with Field, and then Dexter Howe goes to central cam where Ilias was, and obviously Aussie for Laird is a like-for-like change. So, yep, last changes, only a couple of minutes left on the clock. I don't see us losing it now, so again, another clean sheet. 3 games, 9 points, 3 clean sheets would be absolutely fantastic. That would be pretty much a perfect episode, let's be honest here. They're going to play it out and then in, and that is the clean sheet gone because I defended like an absolute clown. Troy Deeney making it 2-1. Again, there's not enough time in the club for them to really do anything. It's a really bad defence for me. You can see I've tried to cover the man out wide here. I take Pal out there, and then I move Dickey to cover the man, and instead of covering the man, I cover the space, and the space was the wrong space because that is 2-1 Deeney on the 90th minute. Again, I'm just going to kind of be that guy, boys. I'm just going to keep possession a little bit here, just be a little bit sensible, and then just sort of see the game out because that there is surely going to be full-time, ref. Look at the time. Thank you very much. It's full time. That is game, set, and match. 2-1, very nearly. Big mistakes from me. Very nearly mess it up at the last. It's a shame to not keep the clean sheet, but overall, again, the game's got more and more convincing. The performance has got more and more convincing, so I'm very happy with that. Good result. 2-1, 3 points, 9 in total. Let's go. Well, that is going to be where I round up today's video. An unbeaten episode, which is, again, I don't feel like that's happened in quite a while. 16 points clear at the top of the tree as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Not many games left to go either. Let's have a quick look at how many games. It's what, like 8? Something like that. So it's 1, 2, that's not the button I meant to press. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left in the season. 16 points. See, it's up there. 5 wins in a row. And I'm fairly sure we win the league. It might even be 4 wins in a row and we win the league. So if we can go on a winning streak, who knows? We could potentially win the league nice and early. I think promotion is 3 games away. If we win our next 3 games, I think we guarantee promotion. If we win our next 4, I think we guarantee the title. So fingers crossed that's something we're able to do. Let's hope and pray that we can. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, then please leave a like, supports me, the video, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to watch us on our live streams, it's Hursty Games over on Twitch. And I do try and stream on TikTok. Had a few tech issues on there recently, but hopefully we won't have any more of those anytime soon. So if you want to check out the TikTok as well, make sure you jump onto that. But thank you so much for checking them out. Links to both are in the description, along with our channel sponsors. Again, thank you for supporting the channel. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands in a bit.
Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, we'll say hello. Entertained, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know.